For this next flow, we're going to do a full posterior chain stretch. So once again, it's something that's really good for runners and cyclists alike, or if you're just feeling a little bit achy from a lot of exercise. And we're going to go ahead and get started in child's pose. So sinking the hips back. If you take the knees wide here and rest the chest down, you can always take the forehead down towards a block, or maybe just resting down on a pillow just to allow the hips and the knees to relax as much as possible. And even though it's often considered a resting pose, child's pose is really deep on the knees and the hips. So if you feel like you need a little bit of lift, you can always place a cushion just underneath you and maybe just behind the knees as well to give you that little bit of lift. But we're just going to stay here for 2 more really deep inhales. So with the inhale, allowing the forehead to relax and the hands to be soft. And with the exhale, just allowing the hips to soften and release. 1 more really deep breath here. And with the next inhale, we're going to lift, walking the hands back in towards us. We're going to come up onto our tabletop. So taking the hands under the shoulders and the knees under the hips here. With a big inhale, we're going to lift the chest and the tailbone. And with the exhale, we're going to curl the chin and the tailbone under. Inhaling, rolling the shoulders back, lifting the chin and the tailbone. And with the exhale, we're going to curl everything back under and taking a little moment to isolate our cat pose here. So we're tucking the chin, pressing down through the hands and staying here for the inhale, feeling all the muscles through the back expand and lift, opening the ribs, tucking the chin, finding that extra little bit of length in the back of the neck. And with the next inhale, we're going to roll the shoulders back, lifting the chest and the tailbone. Exhaling, curling everything under. And from here, we're going to step the left foot. You alright? Dogs love it. From here, we're going to step the left foot forward. So taking the left foot in between the hands, untucking the right toes if they're tucked. Here we go. With the inhale, we're going to sweep the chest and the forearms high. And with the exhale, we're going to extend the left leg long, taking the hips back and sinking the chest forwards, maybe tucking the chin at the very bottom. And sometimes it's a little bit more comfortable to take the hands down to blocks here. But wherever you find yourself, maybe seeing about flexing the ankle to bring the toes back towards the face. Drawing a really deep inhale in through the nose, finding that extra little bit of length in the back of the neck. And with the inhale, we're going to sink the knee forwards, lifting the chest and the hands high, just finding that little counter stretch. We're going to go for 1 more on this side. So with the exhale, we're going to extend the left leg long, taking the hips back and the chest forwards, maybe taking the hands down towards the blocks and tucking the chin at the very bottom. With the next inhale, we're going to bend deeply into that left knee, sinking the hips forwards, lifting the arms high. And with the exhale, we're going to come back down onto the glutes. So moving any bricks out of the way. And we've got the option here to keep the right foot behind, outside of the right hip. Or we can take the right foot in towards the midline of the body and just allowing everything to anchor down. We're going to bend the left knee, taking hold of the inside edge of the left foot with the left hand. And with a big inhale, we're going to extend the left leg long. And sometimes extending the left leg long doesn't necessarily mean keeping it straight, right? You can keep a bend in the knee if that helps protect the hamstrings, softening everything up. But the object here is to reach through the left heel. So flexing the foot at the ankle for an extra little squeeze, breathing in deeply. And with the exhale, we're going to bend the leg at the knee, coming back through our Sukhasana. We're going to take the hands back down to the floor. And this time we're going to step the right foot forwards. So sliding the left foot back if you need to, finding a place that's a little bit more comfortable. With the inhale, we're going to sweep the arms high. And with the exhale, we're going to extend the right leg this time, taking the hips back and the chest forwards. And once again, we've got that option to take the hands down towards blocks, or maybe tucking the chin at the very bottom, flexing the right foot at the ankle. But we're going to feel a big opening all up the back of the right leg, drawing a really deep inhale in through the nose and releasing a full exhale. With the inhale, we're going to sink the hips forwards, bending into the right knee, lifting the hands high, taking a really deep inhale here in our counter stretch. And with the exhale, we're sending the hips back one more time, extending the right leg long, tucking the chin if that feels good, and reaching the toes back towards the face. Breathing in really deeply, allowing that huge stretch all through the back of the right leg. We're going to take one more really deep inhale here. And once again, bending into that right knee, lifting the chest, sinking the hips forwards, lifting the hands. From here, we're going to take the hands down to the floor, walking the hips back until they land with the left foot outside of the left hip. Here we go. We've got the option to take the left foot in towards the midline of the body if that's a little bit more comfortable. We're going to bend the right leg at the knee, taking the hand to the inside edge of the right foot and reaching through the right heel, breathing in deeply, lifting the chest and reaching through that left heel. Remember, we can always keep a bit of a bend in the knee if that's a little bit more comfortable. Taking a really deep inhale here. With the exhale, we're going to cross the legs, rolling the shoulders back, taking the hands down towards the mat. And from here, we're going to tuck the toes behind, sinking the hips back, and we're going to take the hands towards the heels. And we're just starting with a really light grip on the heels, rolling the shoulders back, breathing in really deeply. And from here, with a big exhale, we're going to see about taking the top of the head down towards the floor, right in front of the knees. And releasing that grip on the heels, we're going to take a little roll forwards. And it's a huge stretch all through the back of the neck and the tops of the shoulders. So maybe taking the hands either side of the head and pressing down just to lighten things up. But staying here for one more really deep inhale. And then pressing the hands down, lifting the head, walking the hands back up, untucking the toes. Here we go. We're going to sink the hips down, and we've got the option to take one last child's pose, resting the forehead down towards the mat and allowing everything to sink.